the earned value management and the tools of the SPI, CBI, and CV and SV. Let's assume that we have a project or an activity, and the activity that we have is that we need to cut this grass. Okay, the budget cost for this activity is 1,000 currency unit. In this case, it is Saudi Riyal. And then we have the duration, which is 10 days to cut this grass. So those three items are already determined before, and we have the budget and we have the 10 days of cutting grass, and we will assume that we will cut the grass in 10 days, and each day we will cut 10% of it. That means we are following a linear progress in this project. So after 5 days, I come to the project as a supervisor or as a project manager, and I found that we spent 600 currency unit or Saudi Riyal for this activity up to now. So we finish 40% of the field. So I took the measures and I found that we finished 40% of it, but we spent 600 riyals on this part. And the task here is to calculate what is SPI, CBI, CV, and SV for this activity. But what we need this for is to determine what is the status of this activity regarding the budget. Okay, let's get to the facts. So we have actual cost, which is 600. And we have planned value, which is 5 days multiplied by 100 per day, which is 500. Because we assume that we have 1,000 budget, and the 1,000 budget is distributed 100 riyals per day. So we have, after 5 days, we said here in the information, after 5 days, then we have a planned value of 500 Saudi Riyal. So this actual cost, the planned value, are from the inputs in the data that we have. The earned value in this case equals to 40% multiplied by 1,000. The 40% is the progress that we have multiplied by the budget, the full budget. So this is the earned value of 400 Saudi Riyal. And it equals to the value for the accomplished work. So let's say the value of accomplishing all the grass field equals to 1,000. That means that the value of accomplishing 40% is 400 riyals. So this is the case that we have, and this is the end value. So if you want to remember what is earned value, then you need to remember that it is always the progress of the work multiplied by the budget of the work itself. And here we are not comparing about how much money we are going to earn. So it's not about earned value as like price or our revenue. We are talking about earned value, the amount of money I got, or let's say the earned value I got for the progress, for the amount of work that I did. Because I did 40% of the work, I earned 400 riyals. So it is not a real money, it's just amount of money that we put it for comparison only. The real money is here. We spent 600 riyals. Okay, if we want to calculate the SPI, we said the SPI is the earned value divided by the planned value. We have the inputs here, the earned value is 400 divided by planned value, which is 500, and that equals to 0.8. And the SPI, the CBI is equals to earned value divided by actual cost, which is 0.67. And then the SV is earned value minus PV, which is minus 100. And the CV is earned value minus actual cost. So if you want to remember the formulas again, the SPI and the CBI are indicators, and then they are fractions. The SV and CV are variances, then they have the minus, and then the SPI, and then we put the EV in the first place in each formula, and then when we have a schedule, we have a planned value. When we have a cost, we have actual cost, schedule, planned value, cost, actual cost. And then in this case, you calculated the SPI, CBI, SV, and CV for this project. So now we have the indicators. Let's see what is the status of the project. Sorry, if from these indicators we know that the SPI is lower than lower than 1, it means that we are behind schedule. The CBI is lower than 1, that means we are over budget. So we are over budget, behind schedule, and this also represented here by the SV and CV. So this is the case, or this is the status of the project after 5 days. Let's put it on this graph. So in the planned value that we have, we plan to spend 100 riyals every day. So on the day 1, it is 100, day 2, 200, and in the day 10, it is 1,000. And the AC, the actual cost that we spent, it was a 600 after 5 days. So this is the line that represents the AC. But the earned value that we have is up to here. So the earned value is 400 only. So this is how it looks on this graph. We are over budget and behind schedule.